Let me ask. You've played a lot of pretty iconic sci-fi and fantasy roles. What's been your favorite role to play?
Man, I think some of my favorite roles have not been seen because I did some really fun theatre when I was younger, in my late teens, early 20s. Played a character in a play in London called The Resurrectionists, which is the story of two very poor young men who dig up graves and sell the remains of what they find in the coffins. I really like that role. Played the Alpha Dodger at school, that was kind of fun. Out of the stuff that you've seen, man, I don't know, it's tough because it's like all my kids, it's difficult for me to pick favourites. I can find good stuff with all of them,
So our show is called Geek World, so tell us about the geekiest stuff about you.
I'm a big fan of insects, animals in general, but the insect world. I'm pretty good at naming insects that I see in my environment. I have a large collection of insects, snakes, reptiles, amphibians in my house. I'm a big Manchester United geek. Tend to know most of the stats about the players and the scores and where they're playing the next game and who's fit and who's not. I like comic books, play World of Warcraft. I have a Star Wars tattoo. I have 2 Beatles tattoos. So I have my things that I geek out about. For sure. I think the word geek and the word nerd has become less of a derogatory term now. Mm-hmm. I think now it just means someone that's interested in something to a large degree.
I agree.
We definitely agree.
I'm like a food geek, like I go to new restaurants and check out stuff and post stuff to my friends and send them emails, and I'm always referred to as a foodie or a food nerd or a food geek. But I'm just a fan of food. You can call me a geek, it's fine.
Yeah.
I do have to ask though, what Star Wars tattoo do you have?
I don't really want to divulge it because I don't want it to be copied too much, but I have a quote from Yoda.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. So, I have to ask, there are a few action figures of characters you've played. Do you have a Charlie or Mary action figure?
Mm-hmm. I think I have both in storage somewhere. I definitely have a Charlie one because I saw it recently. I'm sure I have a Mary character. Both of those companies, when they made our toys, were like, depending on how many we sell, you're going to get a check. I got a check from either one of them. So I don't play with my toy too often.